Hello, my fellow viewers. This is the 8th part of the Positive Film Buff's look back on my 2017 vacation to Walt Disney World in Florida. If you've seen my previous video, you may know that my time at Disney had come to an end, but my vacation had not ended yet. There was another huge theme park located in Orlando, Florida, Universal Studios, a theme park not only themed to all the movies of one of the biggest, most legendary film studios in history, but also themed to a lot of other memorable movies that I really love. So you can bet your butt that Universal Studios looked like another magical place to go to. In order to get there easily, we actually left our hotel on June 12th and drove to a new hotel to stay in for our last remaining days, the Grand Hotel. It was another nice hotel to stay in, but the one thing I keep on remembering the most about that hotel was that pizza restaurant that was right next door to it. Those pizzas there were so good. During our stay there, we took the trip to the second must-do theme park in Florida, Universal Studios. We spent 2 days at this park, and just like Walt Disney World, it was pretty much magical. Everything from the entrance being filled with many shops, restaurants, and even a cinema, and containing the actual Universal logo. It was a great build-up that we were about to walk into another magical park. And inside the park was a lot of movie-related attractions and rides galore, all of them everywhere in the whole park. In fact, looking back at it now, this park was filled with a lot of things related to movies. It was practically overload. The amount of attractions, places, and rides all themed to many fantastic movies that we experienced in our 2 days at Universal. It seems like a lot for me to describe in one video. I'm gonna try and describe them though, so let's count them down. For our first attraction, at the same time Universal's latest animated feature was nearing its release in cinemas, we went on the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, a simulator ride where all guests become trainees to be the new minions of Gru. The ride was fun and the premise was great, and the characters were as lovable and memorable as in the movies. They even managed to get Steve Carell to reprise his role as Gru, so that's a bonus. Our next attraction was another simulator ride that actually blew the first one out of the water in terms of its premise, Transformers the Ride in 3D. That ride went to a brilliant scale on the meter, literally taking you into the action-packed blockbuster world created by Michael Bay, where we witnessed Optimus Prime and his Autobots in their epic fight against Megatron and his Decepticons. The rides continued to be thrilling the third time around when we went on an indoor roller coaster called Revenge of the Mummy, a ride based on the 1999 blockbuster hit that literally had my spine tingle. You know something? I've been on 3 rides, and at the same time, there were 3 new movies based on those rides coming to cinemas. That's mega cool. After that, we took a little trip to one of the park's biggest attractions, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where we each bought wands for each other at a wand shop. I bought a Harry Potter wand so I could actually have something Harry Potter related in my room. The other movie related stuff in my room has been based on Disney, Marvel, and Batman, but not with Harry Potter, even though Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 was my favorite film at the time. We used our wands to create magic around the Harry Potter world, literally making us feel like we've transported into this fantasy. We then experienced another ride called Ride to Gringotts, based on several scenes from Deathly Hallows Part 2. 2 fun rides followed next. Ride number 1 was the Men in Black Alien Attack, adapted from the classic 1997 blockbuster, and I can safely state that this ride more than does justice to the kick-butt premise Men in Black created. Ride number 2 was the Simpsons ride, which was actually my number 1 must-do attraction, and the ride itself was so much fun, as well as showcasing all the hilarious comedy the Simpsons are best known for. Was it any wonder that this became my number 1 favorite ride of the park? But wait, it gets better. The whole area where the ride was located at was quite literally the whole colorful world of The Simpsons. It was so marvelous and literally looked like we stepped into The Simpsons world, from its rides to its games and attractions to its feeding areas magnificently made to look like the restaurants from the show. Speaking of restaurants, we had a drink at Moe's, and we could not resist taking photos all around. Next, we went back to the Harry Potter world to travel to Hogsmeade by traveling on the Hogwarts Express itself. I honestly could not make this up if I tried. It was so amazing to actually be on the Hogwarts Express and ride on it. We ended up riding on the Hogwarts Express again twice more in the 2 days we've been here. Soon, we went on such an unbelievable and cool ride called Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, a humongous dark ride filled with lots of 3D screens, twists, and turns that is just pure magic. Now let's move on from Harry Potter to Jurassic Park next. I can tell you, Cody was feeling right at home here since he really loves Jurassic Park, and I do too myself. While there, we took a few photos and experienced Jurassic Park River Adventure, where we took a thrilling river ride filled with lots of dinosaurs ranging from gentle to scary, practically the whole Jurassic Park experience in a nutshell. We also took a walk inside the Jurassic Park Visitor Center, where we explored dinosaur laboratories and participated in a dinosaur game show, which Cody won and I came in second. Next, while we were in the same Jurassic area, we went to one of the park's newest rides, Skull Island, Reign of Kong, based on the remake directed by Peter Jackson, where we took a thrilling ride through Skull Island, the home of King Kong. You know something? I would consider this as my second best ride of the park, not because of its premise, but because the whole ride was a unique combination of simulator ride and actual ride. That's so unique, I'm eager to go on it again if I ever go back. One more thing, Jeff Goldblum was right in the first movie. Jurassic Park does have King Kong in there. Another world we visited was the Marvel world, and due to reasons, the world was based on the Marvel comics and cartoons, not the cinematic universe. While there, we experienced the amazing adventures of Spider-Man, another thrilling ride that puts the A in amazing. Another ride we experienced was the E.T. Adventure Ride, and it was again a lot of fun, showing a brilliant premise that expands on the whole world of E.T. without ever creating the intention of making a film sequel, and it brilliantly had the film's director, Steven Spielberg, as our guide. Finally, we went to experience Universal's then latest attraction, Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon, where we literally raced against Jimmy Fallon in a thrilling race around New York City. The ride was amazing enough, but what was more amazing was its queue area, completely designed to look like a major TV studio. A part of me was actually thinking that we were about to become audience members of Jimmy Fallon's Late Show. That's how brilliant the queue area was. So those are all the rides and attractions that I experienced in our 2 days at Universal Studios. And those experiences confirmed my belief that Universal Studios was an unbelievable and magnificent place, completely impressing me with its non-stop fantastic rides and attractions, all perfectly making us think we've literally stepped into the magical world of film and entertainment. For 15 days, I fulfilled a big lifelong dream in Florida and made many achievements in the process. But the one big achievement I have made was this. I went to Walt Disney World and I got to meet my hero, Mickey Mouse. There were a lot more achievements I also made in Florida as well, but after experiencing such brilliant magic and fulfilling my dreams, it was time for me to return to Australia, the only country I'm proud to still call home. Once I returned, I only had one thing I wanted to do after fulfilling my dreams: keep a promise I made to Mickey Mouse. Could I fulfill that promise when I got home? For the last time, stay tuned.